Okay, so look, it's your boy, Legendary man. I want to talk about something today that has really been bothering me. Uh, you have these black leaders that come across, and they have followers, and they have people that are listening to them and believing the rhetoric that they're spewing out of their mouth. I have no agenda. I have nothing to gain from posting this. Uh, I just am for the truth, man. You know, now there's a particular cat out here that he spews a lot of call half truths. You know, I learned this a long time ago. My dad used to break down to me, uh, you know, we would say like how white people would do. You know what I'm saying? And they would kind of put a partial truth, talking about government and that on that level type of people. They would mix a half truth with falsehood, you know. And so since you're thinking, oh, since that's true, then that's true. Okay. Now, this brother, I'm not going to say his name because it's insignificant, and unlike him, I'm not trying to belittle um, whatever purpose he's supposed to be fulfilling, you know. But here's the thing: you don't stand there or correspond like how we're corresponding now, and to the public, and you have people buying your books and your T-shirts and your this and your that and your third, and they're thinking that you are so for your people. But the first chance you get, if you see this, you're gonna call me a coon. First chance you get, you're gonna do and say things and try to make funny, goofy jokes, um, dissing and disrespecting your people. The same people who, through one side of you, through at one point you say are so great and mighty and come from kings and queens and deserve respect because we did all of these things, and then in the next breath you're disrespecting another king or another queen, and you're calling them coons and you're calling them disrespectful names, and you know you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You can't walk on both sides of the street. You can't go left and right at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's either one thing or it's the other. Either you are um, an agent that you like to say people are agents for the white man. Either you an agent for the white man for the propaganda that you spew against your own people. You call them coons and Uncle Toms and this, that, and the third. Do you know what they came from? Yeah, you do because you preach about it. These same people are lost, and just because you think that you all of a sudden found, that now gives you a high authority to disrespect your own people that you should be building up, not tearing down. I once heard that you know, you know, if you get on people for what they are, they only get worse. But if you tell them what they could be, then they become what they should be. You know, some of our people are easy targets, because they are deaf, dumb, and blind, and knowledge of self and kind. Yeah, they are lost in a society that's led and ran by, in your word, white supremacy and whatever. But I don't see how you're helping. And then, which makes me come on here today is, then you tell our people not to vote because you say that our vote doesn't matter. Look, check this out. That's about the only thing that does matter. Not uh, a presidential race. No, it's just the actual vote. But I'll get there in a second. You know, then I hear you say something about the electoral college, and it's like there's all kind of half truths. Yes, the electoral college, um, and about the president being selected and not elected. I don't know, and neither do you. You know about the conspiracy theories that you push, but you don't know that factual. I'm talking on a factual basis right here. Okay, what we do know. You're gonna say, yeah, I know. Yeah, you know. You know, according to you, you know everything, and but let's keep moving. The electoral college is ran by states, and in some states ran by different or different segments in different parts of that state, and then they get points per the different segment in whatever particular state that is. California doesn't work that way. California, New York, they just run straight through. Whoever wins the popular vote in California gets the electorate for California, which I think California is 60 something or something like that, electoral votes. If Trump loses California, the electoral college is not going to automatically give it to Trump because they want to, if they wanted Trump to win. And that's the kind of asinine statements that this dude is making, and that's not the truth. Whoever wins the popular vote will win the electoral vote for that particular state. Okay? Now, the reason why Al Gore lost is because the election was so close. And being that it was so close, as far as the electorals were going, that it had came down to Florida. Whoever won Florida would win the election. So even though at that point, based on the electorals, they were neck and neck, but based on the popular vote, by a slim margin, through 100-something thousand, Al Gore was ahead. Which, if you can do simple mathematics, you can see how, because you got bigger states like California or New York or whatever with more people, so you can get more votes, even though you might not add up with Texas, Mississippi, and those little southern states down there that vote, consecutively Republican. Okay, so yeah, so that interpretation is skewed. Okay, now I've heard you talk a lot about blacks getting murdered by police in the streets, whatever. And we all should feel something about that. But apparently you're not getting a firm understanding on how this government thing works. Or maybe you do. And you have another agenda. Which, is suspect to me. That, that could be possible. And unfortunate, if that is so. But I think you're more about selling T-shirts and videos than you are about helping the people. I think that you've done some things before, and I've done those same things, so I can see right through you. But so I want to address something else. So moving on. Then I hear you and a couple others A whole lot of other blacks really getting on President Obama for not doing what? Oh wait, I don't get it. What did you want him to do? At every shooting he spoke up. At every incident where it was necessary, he spoke up. He put in 2014, over 2 years ago, he put into action some things that would help. So on the federal level, that they can get data, and they pass it through Congress and legislature, so that they can get the data from every state for every person that is killed. Because without the data and the information, who are they gonna believe? Just you or me? They see a video, but they look at how often is this happening? What is this taking place? President Obama can't even get up on a stage legally and say anything totally, completely bad against what a state is doing on a state level legally. Did you know that? But you guys have so much to say. Okay, now he put into action everything that he could from a federal level. From a federal level. And then he spoke out for as much as